As her guards ran, a single human warrior stood firm beside the alien Empress. Explosions rocked the throne room ceiling. SGT, Mara Vance lunged. She shoved Empress Shire Valoran hard behind the towering dais. Debris rained down. Chunks of ornate crystal smashed the marble floor. Mara dropped to a knee, rifle up, her pulse steady. Checklist, protect principal, assess threats. Shrieks echoed from the palace guards. Insected carapaces gleamed under flickering lights. Their mandibles clicked in panic. Retreat corridor, now, Captain Irelketh bellowed. His voice cut through the chaos. He waved his guards off the throne line. They scrambled toward a side archway, plasma lances sparking. Mara scanned the breach. Enemy raiders dropped through the hole, scaled brutes in black armor, blades drawn. Warlord Drox Khal's insignia flashed on their chest plates. 10, 12, more coming, the Empress hissed behind her. Sergeant, with them! Mara ignored it. She fired. Her human-issue rifle barked. First raider pitched forward, chest blooming red. Guards poured into the corridor. Captain Irel glanced back once. His compound eyes widened at her. Then he vanished in the stampede. Raiders charged. They laughed guttural roars. One raised a holocam drone, broadcasting. Drox wanted the kill live. Mara rolled left. Blaster bolt scorched the dais. She popped up. Double tap, 2 down. Human fool, a raider snarled. He lunged, vibro axe high. She sidestepped. Rifle butt cracked his jaw. He crumpled. Empress peeked out. Her iridescent scales rippled with fury. The guards. Stay down. Mara snapped it. No time for debate. Raiders swarmed the throne line, empty now. They fanned toward the corridor. Mara spotted the blast door, main access to the retreat hall. Half open, guards' tails whipping through. She sprinted, rifle slung. Raiders howled pursuit. A bolt grazed her shoulder. Pain flared. She gritted teeth, kept running, hand on the crank wheel. Massive gears groaned. She hauled, muscles burned. Human stubbornness kicked in. Raiders closed, 20 meters. Seal it! Empress yelled from the dais. Mara cranked harder. The door shuddered. Inch by inch, it ground shut. First raider reached it. He slammed a blade into the gap. Sparks flew. Mara kicked the blade, yanked the crank. Door clamped. The raider's arm severed. Scream cut short. Door locked. Fused solid. No more through the corridor. She'd cut off the fleeing route. Guards safe for now. Raiders trapped outside pounding, but the Empress was trapped too, with her. Raiders inside the throne room pivoted. 8 left. Eyes locked on the dais. Mara reloaded, clicked mag home. Spun back, Empress stood tall, crest flared. Sergeant Vance, open that door, we exit now. No, Mara planted herself in front, rifle aimed center mass. The Empress recoiled, her mandibles parted. You defy me, defy death. Mara squeezed trigger, raider dropped, they rushed. Mara fired controlled bursts. 1, 2, 3 down, brass casings pinged off crystal floors. A raider flanked, grabbed her arm, twisted, she headbutted. Human skull cracked chitin, he staggered. Empress drew a slender pistol, fired, raider's head vaporized. Mara nodded once. Good shot, raiders circled. Hollow drone buzzed overhead, capturing every second. Warlord Drox demands the Empress's heart, one bellowed. On camera, Mara smirked. Tell Drox to come get it. She advanced, forced them back, step by step. Empress reloaded her pistol. Stepped beside her. You humans, protocol says evacuate. Protocol's broken. Mara fired. Another down, 4 left. They hurled grenades. Mara dove, blasts shredded tapestries. Empress fired over her, precise shots. 2 raiders clutched throats, gurgling. Mara rose. Flanked the last pair, rifle empty. She drew knife. First raider swung axe. She parried, drove blade into his neck gap. Second charged, she sidestepped, tripped him into the Empress's shot. Silence fell, bodies everywhere. Hollow drone hovered, lens cracked. Empress stared. Captain Irel abandoned the line. He bought time. Mara wiped blood from her brow, checked wounds, shoulder seared but functional. Alarms wailed, reinforcements. Pounding shook the sealed door. Alien voices, guards. Empress status. Captain Irel's voice boomed through metal. Alive, Mara yelled. Breach contained, raider count 0 inside. Pause. Human, you held. She glanced at Empress, crest lowered in shock. Yeah, now crank this open from your side. Gears ground, door cracked. Captain Irel burst through, his guards behind, lances ready. He stared at the carnage, bodies stacked, Mara standing calm amid it. By the stars, he muttered, compound eyes fixed on her. One human. Empress stepped forward, placed a clawed hand on Mara's shoulder. Sergeant Vance saved us, all of us. Irel saluted, sharp. Battle brothers then, regroup and counter. Drox's raiders are flanked. Mara nodded. Slung rifle, checklist, principal secure, allies rallying, hollow drone sparked. Feed live across the Empire, not Drox's victory. Hers, raiders outside howled retreat. Palace shutters signaled counterattack. Empress leaned close, voice low. I underestimated you, human. Mara met her gaze. Won't happen again. Captain Iroh barked orders. Guards moved out. Mara fell in step, rifle ready. Loyalty sealed tighter than any blast door. But distant blasts echoed. Drox wasn't done, not yet. Explosions ripped through the grand hall. Shrapnel pinged off marble columns. Mara Vance tackled Empress Shire Valoran to the floor, her rifle clattering beside them. Alien screams echoed as palace guards crumpled. Stay down, Mara barked. She rolled, scooped her rifle, and scanned. Bodies littered the crimson carpet. Intruders in black raid armor swarmed the breached doors, Drox calls raiders. 10, maybe 12. Lances glowed. A hollow drone buzzed overhead, broadcasting empire-wide. Shire's crest flared in panic, her iridescent robes a beacon. Sergeant, my guards! Gone! Mara yanked her to her clawed feet, dragged her behind overturned banquet tables. Gunfire chewed the air. A raider lance bolt scorched past Mara's shoulder. She returned fire, crack, crack, dropped one. The Empress clutched her side comm. Captain Iroh, breach in the hall, Drox's forces. Static cut her off. Raiders advanced, laughing in guttural clicks. Their leader barked orders, eyes on the drone. Film it. The Empress bleeds out live. Mara dumped her casualty pack. Medgel, bandages, spare mags spilled out. No time for wounds. She grabbed banner poles from the wall, tall, reinforced alloy, flipped benches, wedged them against a pillar, tied poles across with guard sashes. Instant hardpoint, chest-high cover. Here! She shoved Shire behind it. The Empress's compound eyes widened at the makeshift fort. Humans build like this? Every damn day. Mara slapped a fresh mag home, aimed through a gap. Crack. Another raider spun, clutching his leg joint. Raiders fanned out. Protocol guards lay dead, Iroh's by-the-book crew, lances useless in close quarters. Mara needed time, seconds only. Swap robes, now. Mara stripped a fallen guard's cloak, tossed it. Shire hesitated, claws trembling. My crest, it's royal. Hide it or die with it. Mara yanked the jeweled circlet from Shire's head ridge, stuffed it in a pouch, forced the heavy cloak over those glowing silks, pulled the hood low. Shire looked like any guard now, crest tucked, robes bundled, raiders closed, 20 meters. Mara squeezed the corridor lights, pop, pop, pop. Glass shattered. Hall plunged into black. Emergency reds flickered, then died under her shots. Pure dark now, save for lance glows. Darkness is ours, Mara whispered. Human eyes adjusted fast. Aliens stumbled, clicking blindly. Footsteps thundered. Heavy boots. Raiders funneled the doorway, narrow, kill zone. Mara counted. 1, 2. Thud, thud. Lead raider silhouette bulked first, lance raised for the drone shot. She lunged. Knife from boot. Slashed his throat vents before he gurgled. Rifle butt cracked his helm, body slumped, blocking the door. Ambush, raider voices panicked. Mara fired blind through the gap, crack, crack, 2 down. She dragged the corpse tighter into her hardpoint, piled benches higher. Shire pressed close, claws on Mara's arm, silent now. Learning, raiders blasted the doorframe. Stone chips stung Mara's cheek. She popped up, double tap. One raider's lance arm exploded. He howled, retreated. Push, she's alone. A voice, Mara pegged it as Drox's second, opportunist scum. Not alone. Mara fed them lead. Her rifle barked steady. Human training, breathe, aim, squeeze. Raiders clustered, panicked. Their speed advantage meant nothing in the choke. Shire whispered, your eyes, you see us all? Trained for it. Mara reloaded one-handed. Shoulder burned from earlier graze, but functional. Checklist, ammo good, cover solid, principal breathing. A raider flanked left using drone shadows. Mara spotted the glow, rolled right, fired from hip, hit center mass. He crashed into benches, cracking a pole. Hollow drone dipped low, capturing it all. Empire watched. Drox bet on panic. Mara gave them grit. Raiders hurled grenades. Mara kicked one back. Boom shook the hall, dust-choked air. Shire coughed. Mara pulled her lower. Stay. She rose, fired full auto. 3 raiders shredded. Bodies stacked the doorway. Impenetrable now, footsteps retreated. Fall back, she's a demon. Not done. Mara heard more, reinforcements, no Drox's main push. Blasts outside grew. Captain Iroh's voice crackled faintly through the din. Empress, hold. Shire grabbed a fallen lance, claws tightened. I fight too. Mara nodded. Cover right, point and burn. They held, minutes stretched. Raiders probed lone scouts. Mara timed each, knife for the bold, bullet for the rest. One raider breached the pile, claws raked Myra's arm. She head-butted him, stars exploding in vision, rifle muzzle to his eye socket. Boom, he dropped. Blood slicked her grip, wiped it on robes, checklist, wounds secondary. Secure principle, Shire's lance flashed, first kill scorched a raider's leg, her crest peaked, fierce now. For the Empire, raiders faltered, drone word feed unbroken. Drox's coup crumbled live, pounding at the sealed side door. Empress status, Irel's boom. Alive, Myra yelled over gunfire, shoulder seared worse now, ignored it. Breach contained, raider count, dropping. Pause, boots shuffled outside. Human, you held? Myra glanced at Shire, crest low, eyes locked on her. Oh, yeah, Myra braced the hardpoint. One raider charged final time, she dropped him cold. Now crank this open, battle brothers incoming. Gears ground, door cracked. Irel burst through, lances blazing behind. He froze amid carnage, bodies piled like cordwood, furniture fort held. Myra stood calm, rifle slung loose. By the stars, his eyes fixed on her. One human. Shire stepped forward, clawed hand on Myra's shoulder. Sergeant Vance saved us, all of us. Irel saluted sharp. Battle brothers then, regroup, counter, Drox's raiders flank now. Myra nodded, sling rifle, checklist ticked, principle secure. Allies rallied, hollow drones sparked overhead. Feed live across stars, not Drox's glory. Empire's raiders outside howled retreat. Palace shuddered, counterattack launched. Shire leaned close, voice low. I underestimated you, human. Myra met those eyes, stubborn calm. Won't happen again. Irel barked orders. Guards moved out. Myra fell in step, rifle ready. Loyalty sealed. Tighter than blast doors. Distant blasts echoed. Drox howled defiance, not done. Myra checked mags, smiled grim, furniture and timing, human special. Raiders poured from side vents, fresh squad, lances hot. Irel's guards formed line. Myra pushed Shire center. Flank them, Irel snapped at her. Protocol cracked. Improv now, she broke right, low crawl through debris. Humans small, quiet, raiders towered, scanned high, popped up behind cook station, overturned pots, spilled spices, cover, fired into backs. 2 down, raiders wheeled. The human again, Shire's voice rang. For Vance, push, guards charged, lances met raid armor, sparks flew, Myra vaulted benches, knife out, slashed hamstrings, raiders toppled, Drox's voice boomed from comms. Kill the Empress now, one raider broke through, leaped at Shire. Myra tackled midair, they crashed, claws gouged her vest, she jammed rifle under chin. Boom, rolled free, stood, bloodied, breathing hard, Irel speared the last, hall cleared, Shire stared. You, between me and death, again. Myra wiped blade. Job, drone captured it. Empire cheered hollow screens galaxy-wide, Drox fled, blasts faded, but shadows stirred in vents. One raider left, sniper rig, Myra spotted glint. Down, dove, lance bolt grazed ribs, she returned fire, hit, silence. Irel clasped her arm. Protocol be damned, your guard now. Shire nodded, guard net, status. Empress Shire Valoran slammed her palm on the ornate comm panel embedded in the banquet hall wall. Static screeched back. Faint screams pierced the hiss, guards dying in corridors beyond. Myra Vance crouched low, rifle sweeping the vents. Blood trickled from her grazed ribs, but pain sharpened focus. Hall clear for now. Raiders breached outer security. Drox calls coup played for hollows. Empire watched. Captain Irel Keth gripped his lance tighter. Majesty, protocol demands. No time. Shire's tendrils quivered. Her violet eyes locked on Myra. Human, your exchange protocols include field comms? Myra nodded once. Stubborn comm held her steady. Affirm, gimme the panel. Shire waved Irel back. He bristled but stepped aside. Myra jammed her multi-tool into the ceremonial gold filigree. Sparks flew, she bypassed the locked relays, fingers dancing over exposed circuits. Alien tech hummed differently, higher pitch, finicky quantum locks. Human field hacks adapted fast. Hot wearing now, wires twisted. Maintenance band flickered live, plumbing and waste lines ignored by raiders. Myra punched a burst, coordinates, enemy numbers, Empress secure, pinged loyalist outposts. Sent. She yanked the tool free, panel smoked. They'll hear it, 5 minutes to response. Explosions rocked the floor, vents rattled. Move! Myra grabbed Shire's arm, gentle but firm, protocol be damned, Empress too tall, too exposed. Shire resisted a heartbeat, then ducked. Irel formed up behind, 3 guards left from his squad, lances hummed. Myra led into the side corridor, debris crunched under boots, raider bootprints scarred the marble fresh. Eyes high, they scan for your height, Majesty, Shire's robes whispered as she crouched. You pull me like luggage. Alive luggage. Mara scanned corners, stubborn job. Infantry checklist, protect, principal, improvise, survive. Grenade clattered ahead. Thumpwine, down. Mara lunged, tackled Shire mid-stride. They hit marble hard. Blast shredded the ceiling. Shrapnel pinged off walls. Irel's guards dove, too shredded, screams cut short. Mara rolled off Shire, rifle up, Raider silhouette in smoke. She fired, chest hit, he crumpled. Shire gasped, pushing up, dust coated her scales. You saw it first. Trained for it. Mara hauled her to feet, ribs burned, ignore. Stay low, follow. Irel speared a second Raider bursting from a side door. Tunnel breach, Drox's vanguard. Mara kicked a fallen body. Raider's map slate glowed on his belt. She snatched it. Hollow projected, palace schematics, red arrows converging on throne room. Service tunnels marked green, evac routes. Got their map. Mara swiped, alien glyphs, but patterns matched human blueprints. Rerouting, service tunnels this way. Shire peered over her shoulder. You read our script. Patterns, not letters. Mara punched overrides. Doors hissed open to dim underbelly, pipes, steam vents, flickering loom strips. Tight fit for them, loose for us. Irel hesitated. Protocol routes the grand halls. Grand halls are kill boxes. Mara shoved the slate into her vest. Your call, Captain, he glanced at Shire. She nodded sharp. Human leads. They plunged in. Mara first rifle shouldered. Pipes dripped acid condensate, stung skin but quieted steps. Shire's breathing rasped behind, robes snagging. Irel covered rear. Footfalls echoed above. Raiders shouted in guttural tongue. Empress sent trail, throne convergence. Mara froze, sent, alien noses. She ripped a chem flare from her kit, human stink bomb, ammonia overload, cracked it, white fog billowed, raiders hacked coughs, pursuit scrambled. Smart, Irel muttered, respect edged his voice. Shire's tendril brushed Mara's shoulder. Underestimated you, all of us. Checklist ticked, principal secure. Mara pushed on, tunnels branched. Map slate pulsed warnings, ambush points ahead. Junction loomed, 2 raiders waited, lances primed. Mara dropped prone. Flank low. Guards mirrored. She crawled left, human frame slipping under pipes. Raiders towered, eyes level with junctions, popped up. Knife flashed, slashed one's ankle joint. He buckled, rifle butt cracked helmet. Down, second wheeled. Irel's lance pierced from right. Clean kill. Shire exhaled. Battle brothers now. Mara wiped blade on Raider rags. Squad, keep moving. Deeper tunnels narrowed, steam hissed hot. Map showed lift shaft, direct to command deck. Loyalists might hold there. Drox's voice boomed from stolen comms. Panic feeds victory. Empress bleeds on stream. Holodrone's word distant, capturing chaos for Empire feeds. Mara smashed one with stock, sparks. Lift doors sealed, Mara hotwired again, faster this time. Gears ground, Raiders closed, boots thundered. Inside, Mara shoved Shire in. Ireland last guard piled, doors ground shut, lift jolted up, alarms wailed, Shire straightened, scales gleaming under lums. Drox bets on my death, he loses if we reach command. Mara checked mags, low, regroup there, counterstrike. Irel nodded. Your protocols saved us. Not protocols, stubborn. Mara met Shire's gaze. Loyalty burned quiet, job but more now, lift dinged, doors parted to command antechamber. Wreckage, dead guards, consoles sparked. Worse, Warlord Drox Kyle himself, flanked by elites, claws flexed. Holocam floated, broadcasting live. End of the line, Empress, Drox grinned fangs. Galaxy watches your fall. Shire stepped forward, voice steel. Stand down, traitor, Empire endures, Drox laughed, elites advanced. Mara raised rifle, one human outnumbered. But checklist clear, protect. Irel charged left, guard right. Mara center, drawing fire, bolts scorched air. She dodged, fired, hit an elite shoulder. He roared, Drox lunged at Shire, claws out. No! Mara vaulted console, tackled him mid-leap. Mass slammed her down. Claws raked vest, tore fabric, not flesh. She jammed knee into his gut. Rifle barrel under jaw. Yield! He bucked, strength monstrous, but human grip held. Stubborn, Shire's voice cut through. Surrender, Drox, or die. Holocam zoomed. Empire saw, human pinning Warlord. Irel speared an elite. Last guard fell but bought time. Drox snarled. Filthy soft skin? Mara twisted, knife to throat. Soft wins wars, he froze, eyes darted. Live feed sealed his fate. Kill her, Martyr's human loyalty. Let go, he weakens. Shire approached. Order, stand down, all forces. Drox spat, but claws retracted. Elites hesitated. Mara held, pressure steady. Static burst from consoles. Loyalist response finally. Empress reinforcements inbound. Drox slumped. Mara zip-tied him, rose slow, ribs screamed. Shire faced her. You made my order real, only you. Mara wiped blood, grim smile. Job, Majesty, consoles lit, counterattack launched, raiders rooted, but Vence whispered again. Drox's sniper. Mara spun, rifle up. Iroh clasped her shoulder. With you now. Shire's tendrils touched Mara's arm. Guard Eternal. Empire hollow screens exploded cheers. Humans stood tall, underestimated no more. Explosions rocked distant. One threat down, more stirred. Mara checked mags, ready. Vence hissed steam. Mara yanked Empress Shire behind an appended console. Rifle swept the chamber. Boots thundered, raiders breached the outer halls. Drox's elites poured in, plasma rifles spitting blue fire. Move, Mara barked. Shire's tendrils flared, she clutched her scepter tight. Iroh spun, spear leveled at the breach. Protocol demands. No protocol. Mara shoved him toward a side grate. Service tunnels, now. Explosions buckled the floor, Shire nodded once. Mara kicked the grate free. Coolant mist billowed out. They plunged in. Mara led, rifle low ready. The coolant gallery stretched endless. Pipes throbbed overhead. Frost rhymed the walls. Blue glow from access panels lit their path. Shire's claws scraped metal behind her. Iroh limped last, thigh gashed from the fight. Left at the first fork. Mara ripped a strip from her uniform sleeve, tied it to a valve stem. Red fabric fluttered. Trail for loyalists. Shire's eyes widened. Humans mark like beasts. Works. Mara pressed on, pipes groaned. Distant shouts echoed, raiders followed, right turn. Another strip knotted to a railing. Frost bit her fingers. Shire shivered, her iridescent scales dulling in the cold. This chill weakens me. Stay close. Mara scanned ahead. Gallery narrowed. Side vents dripped. A raider silhouette flickered at the entrance grate. Mara fired twice. Screams cut short, but more came. Straight then left, strip marked. Pipes pulsed faster, coolant surge building. Mara spotted it, a master pressure valve rusted shut. Raiders' boots clanged closer. Shire's breath rasped. They gain. Mara slung rifle. Jammed knife into the valve seal, twisted hard, metal screeched. Iroh raised spear. What sorcery? Physics, steam whistled. Mara cranked the release lever, pressure spiked. She yanked Shire back, white-hot flash steam erupted. Tunnel filled with scalding fog. Screams turned to gurgles, flesh boiled. Raiders thrashed blind. Mara sealed the valve, blocked. Clear 2 minutes. Shire stared at the mist. You weaponized their maze, Mara shrugged. Job. They ran. Gallery ended at a flooded conduit. Waist-deep water churned, electrified sparks dancing on the surface. Backup generators whined overhead. Shire halted. Currents pull, my kind drowns. Mara tested the flow. Strong, rifle mags waterproofed, but Shire's scepter sparked. On me. She holstered sidearm. Scooped Shire up, Empress light as a kit, scales slick. Shire stiffened. Undignified. Alive. Mara waded in, water-numbed legs, current tugged. She angled body, used the wall for brace. Rifle held high, one-handed. Sparks crackled inches away. Shire's tendrils wrapped Mara's neck, trusting grip. Halfway, pipe groaned above. Raider burst through steam-choked gallery, eyes wild. Fired blind, bolts splashed near. Mara shifted, fired back, hit. Raider dropped, but current surged. Mara stumbled. Shire's claws dug in. Hold. Got it. Mara powered through. Legs burned, reached the far ledge, hoisted Shire up, climbed after, dripped dry, rifle checked dry. Floods our moat now. Shire touched Mara's vest. Strength beyond measure. Mara waved it off. Footsteps splashed behind. Raider survivors crossed. Narrow hall ahead. Palace guards slumped against wall, wounded spear bent. Not Iroh. Private scales cracked, blood pooling. Empress, go, I'm spent. Mara knelt, checked wound, through and through thigh. Up, guard groaned. Can't. You will. Mara ripped another strip. Bound his leg tourniquet tight. He yelped. Pain focuses. Slapped his shoulder. Rear security, cover us. Guard blinked, stood shaky, spear gripped. Shire watched. He follows you. Team. Mara led again. Hall twisted into maintenance warrens. Pipes snaked ceilings. Hollow panels flickered emergency codes. Raider chatter buzzed comms. Drox's voice barked orders. Find the soft skin, Empress dies tonight. Left, strip marked. Guard limped behind, spear tapping rhythm. Shire's steps quickened. Loyalists rally at core vault. Affirm. Mara peeked corner. 2 raiders dragged a crate breaching charges. She snapped shots. 1 down, second dove. Mara advanced. Guard speared from shadows. Raider impaled. Good hit. Mara nodded. Guard straightened. Human stubbornness spreads. They pushed. Conduit vents dumped humid air. Sweat mixed with coolant frost on Myra's skin. Mag half empty, sidearm full, Shire pointed. There, armory shunt. Myra barred door, too late. Raider squad burst out 4 plasma lances hot. Lead 1 lunged at Shire, Myra intercepted. Tackled low. Lance grazed vest, singed fabric. She drove elbow into throat. Crack. Shire's scepter hummed. Energy bolt fried a lancer. Guard skewered third. Last raider fired wild. Myra rolled. Rifle barked. Headshot. Silence. Bodies steamed. Myra reloaded. Vault close. Shire nodded. Tendrils pulsed blue relief. Your path holds. Hall forked. Voices ahead. More raiders. Myra signaled halt. Tore final strip. Marked true path. Guard hold here. Bleed 'em. He nodded. Planted spear. For Empire. Myra and Shire slipped right, crawl space tight, scales scraped. Human shoulders wedged, but Myra shoved. Emerged in dim vault antechamber, consoles dark, but Iral waited bandaged rallying stragglers. Empress, Iral saluted, guards cheered, Myra scanned. Status, counterforce masses. Drox's main fleet probes orbit. Iral eyed the strips trailing behind. You navigated the guts. Maze works both ways. Myra handed Shire up the platform. Empress stood tall, addressed guards. Human leads true, follow SGT, Vance, guards murmured. Eyes on Myra, respect now, not pity. She checked feeds. Raider blips closed, vault doors sealed. But outer sensors pinged. Drox's sniper team infiltrated upper levels. Live cams still broadcast. Explosions rattled vents. Sniper fire cracked shields. Shire gripped podium. They hunt me still. Myra sighted rifle through slit. Not today. A shadow moved in ductwork above. She fired. Sniper dropped. Guards gasped. Iral clasped her arm. Impossible shot. Practice. Myra turned. Regroup plan. Shire's eyes locked hers. You choose path. Boots thundered outside. Breachers primed. Myra smiled grim. Maze had teeth now. She rigged the antechamber vents. Coolant valves linked. One twist and hell steamed free. Raiders piled the door. Myra counted. Ready. Door buckled. They flooded in. Myra cranked valves. Steam tsunami hit, screams filled air, guards speared survivors, Iral whooped. Human fire, Shire watched Myra. Loyalty forged in frost, vault secured, feeds lit, Empire fleets inbound. Drox's coup crumbled, but orbital alerts screamed, enemy dreadnought decloaked. Boarding pods launched, Myra checked mags, empty, sidearm ready, Shire touched her. With me to throne? Always. Myra led out, palace maze waited, raiders too, human turned hunter. Warlord Drox Kull's gravelly voice blasted from every speaker in the palace corridors. Empress Shire Valoran, your guards crumble, your fleets scatter. Surrender now and live, step into the light, my mercy awaits. Myra Vance scanned the antechamber ahead. Dim emergency strips glowed on marble floors slick with coolant residue. Her sidearm felt light, 8 rounds left. Shire pressed close behind her, iridescent scales flickering under the low light. Iral and his 4 surviving guards flanked them, rifles raised. The Empress straightened. Her clawed hand brushed Myra's shoulder. He broadcast to the Empire, they must see me yield. Footsteps echoed from side passages, raiders closing. Myra's eyes locked on the nearest speaker grill mounted high on the wall. A thick power cable snaked behind it, exposed in the hasty breach repairs. She lunged forward. Knife snapped from her boot. One slash severed the cable, sparks flew. The broadcast died mid-sentence, Drox's promise of safety choked off. Silence crashed down, then alarms wailed anew. Shire's eyes widened, multifaceted pupils dilating. You silenced him. Talk's cheap. Myra sheathed the knife. They'll trace the cut. Move. Raiders shouted from the left corridor. Blaster fire scorched the wall. Iral's guards returned fire, dropping one assailant in a heap of armored scales. Myra grabbed a fistful of Shire's discarded jewelry from the vault floor, necklaces, rings, a jeweled coronet that had clattered free in the steam blast. She hurled them down the right passage. Gems skittered, clinking like blaster casings. A brooch pinged off a bulkhead panel, triggering a maintenance light that flashed erratically. Noise and shine, raiders pivoted. There, Royal Trail, 3 broke off, charging the decoy. Blasters spat blue bolts into shadows. Myra shoved Shire toward the central stairs. Down. Low profile. They descended into the palace undercroft. Air grew thick with incense and machine oil. Iral covered the rear, his rifle barking. Human tricks work, but more come. Always more. Myra checked her tack pad. Raider blips swarmed the upper levels. Outer feeds showed Drox's forces massing at the Grand Atrium, hundreds with sniper nests and breacher drones. Empire reinforcements orbited, but boarding pods from the dreadnought rained down. Shire's breath rasped. "My court dismissed you. Soft-skinned ape," they called humans. "Now you shield me." Mara glanced back. The Empress's robes hung torn, but her posture stayed regal. "Exchange duty oaths the same." They hit a junction. Irel's guards dragged a wounded comrade. Captain halted them. "Sergeant, protocol demands retreat to sublevels." "Seal and wait for fleets." Mara spun, her voice cut sharp. "Retreat, they broadcast your head for the holonets. Fleets need ours, we counter now." Irel's frills flared, indignation in alien body language. "You, one human, against Drox's horde?" Guards murmured. One clutched his side, blood oozing through scales. Mara stepped close, eye to eye with the towering captain. "Your spears pinned them in steam, my shots cleared vents. Together we maze them. Ambush here, funnel and bleed." Shire nodded. "She speaks truth, Irel." "Follow the human." Irel hesitated. Blaster whine echoed closer. He clasped Mara's forearm, battle brother grip. "By your lead, Sergeant," Mara pointed. "Two guards barricade left vent, rig grenades on tripwires. Irel, you and one on the stairs, flank fire. Last guard shield the Empress at the choke point." They moved. Marble benches overturned into cover. Mara yanked power conduits from walls, sparking false trails to draw eyes. She palmed her last frag grenade, wedged it under a loose grate. Raiders poured in. 20, then 30, scaled brutes in black raid armor, axes humming with plasma edges. First wave tripped the jewelry decoy remnants. Mara's brooch lure pulled stragglers. They funneled into the junction. Irel's rifle chattered. Spears lanced out, impaling the lead raider. He thrashed, spraying blood. Mara squeezed her sidearm trigger. Headshot, another dropped. "Hold!" Grenades popped, shrapnel shredded legs. Raiders screamed, clawing forward. Shire hurled a ceremonial dagger from her belt. It sank into a raider's throat. "For the Frost clans." Guards cheered. Irel whooped again. "Human fire spreads." Mara reloaded, no mags left. She snatched a fallen raider's pulse rifle. Heavier, alien balanced, but she adjusted grip, sighted through the haze. Drox's voice crackled over a portable comm one raider carried. "Push." "She's cornered, cameras roll." Mara targeted the device. Bolt punched through. Static. Raiders faltered. Panic rippled. They underestimated the trap. Protocol said humans fled, not fought. One brute charged Mara. Axe swung high. She rolled under, drove rifle butt into his knee. Crack, he buckled. Her bayonet finished it. Shire fired a guard's sidearm beside her. Precise shots, ruler trained for coups. "Loyalty holds." Wave broke, bodies piled. Irel's survivors panted, scales steaming. Mara wiped blood from her face. "Push up. Throne room next." Alarms shifted. Orbital feeds pinged, Empire cruisers decloaked, lasers carving boarding pods, but Drox's dreadnought loomed. A new broadcast pierced the static. "Empress falls, Empire ends." Boots thundered from above. Fresh raiders. Sniper cracks echoed. Mara sighted the duct shadows. Fired. Another body tumbled. Irel grinned, frills high. "Impossible, aim again." "Practice." Mara led forward. Maze turned predator. Raiders hunted prey. They burst into the grand hall. Chandeliers swayed from explosions. Raider squads flanked a hovering holocam, Drox's eye broadcasting live. Warlord himself strode center stage. Towering, scarred, axe twice Mara's size. "There, the soft-skinned guards her. Kill both." Mara shoved Shire behind a pillar. "Cover." Raiders swarmed. Blasters lit the hall. Irel's spears flew. One impaled a drone midair. Mara dashed left, pulse rifle hot. She zigzagged, drawing fire. Bolt hit her shoulder plate, pain flared, but ceramic held. Shire screamed defiance. Her shots dropped too. Drox laughed. "Human pet dies first," he charged. Axe hummed. Mara vaulted a banquet table. Rolled, fired point blank. His armor sparked but held. Drox swung. Table shattered, splinters flew. She ducked. Bayonet thrust slipped under plates. Blood welled. Drox roared. Backhand clipped her. She flew, crashed into tapestries. Vision blurred. Rifle gone, sidearm empty. Guards rushed. Irel speared a raider, blocking him. Shire reached Mara. Claws gripped her arm, pulled her up. "With me?" Raiders closed. Holocam zoomed. Mara spotted Drox's belt, grenade cluster. Alien design, but pins universal. She lunged past Shire. Tackled low, fingers yanked two pins. Drox twisted, eyes widened. "No!" Explosion ripped. Flames engulfed him. Raider ranks shattered. Holocam captured it all. Empire feeds lit. Human felled the warlord. Survivors fled. Irel's guards speared the cam operator. Myra slumped against Shire, shoulder throbbed. Throne secured, Shire nodded, held her steady. You turned coup to legend. Orbital booms shook the palace, fleets engaged. Irel clasped Myra's good arm. Battle, brother, protocol changes today. Myra smiled through grit. Fleets inbound, but halls still crawl. A vent hissed above, sniper scope glinted. She raised a scavenged pistol, fired, body thudded. Maze had more teeth, raiders waited. Human hunter pressed on. Myra shoved the Empress behind a marble pillar. Bullet casings clattered underfoot. Irel's guards fanned out, spears humming with charge. Cross angles, Myra signed, knife hand slicing left-right, thumbs pointed sectors. You two high-low on East Arch, fire lanes overlap mine. Irel blinked scaled lids, hesitated. Then nodded his squad. As Human says, guards shifted, spears locked into firing stances. Shire's claws dug into Myra's bicep. You command my elite now? Protocols breached. Myra chambered around in the scavenged pistol. We adapt. Echoes bounced off vaulted ceilings. Raider chatter hissed through vents, scaled throats, guttural commands. Drox's pack hunted the throne halls. Maze of corridors twisted ahead, atrium dead center. Myra crouched low, scanned shadows. One raider silhouette flickered at the atrium edge. Perfect bait spot. She squeezed off a single shot. Crack. Stone chipped. Raider yelped. Boots thundered. 5 hunters boiled into the open atrium, axes whirring. Fire, Myra bellowed. Spears spat plasma bolts. Crossfire raked the floor. 2 raiders crumpled, chests smoking. Third dove behind a fountain. Irel's bolt grazed a flank. Raider spun, locked on Myra. Axe launcher barked. Slug slammed her shoulder plate. Impact hurled her back. Armor cracked. Pain lanced ribs. She hit marble, rolled prone. Rifle cycled, fired through the sting. Raider jerked, fell, but flank pushed. 2 more charged from pillars, axes high. Myra pumped rounds, center mass. One dropped. Second closed fast, blade humming, empty click. She yanked the mag. Shire snatched a fallen sidearm from a guard's corpse. Claws racked the slide. Aimed steady. Reload. Her shots cracked over Myra's head. Raider staggered, faceplate shattered, dropped twitching. Myra slammed home fresh mag, rose firing, burst shredded the last flanker. Bodies piled. Atrium fell silent. Irel speared a twitching corpse. Flank collapsed. Human stands. Shire lowered the pistol, eyed Myra. You tanked that, my guards would fold. Training. Myra winced, shoulder oozing under plate, tested the arm, held. Humans don't quit lists. Guards dragged barricades, overturned tables, statuary. Shire handed back the sidearm. Your list saves thrones. Myra nodded, checked corners. Raiders fragment now, Drox gone, they're desperate. Push to command deck. Irel signaled affirmatives. Squad tightened. Myra took point, pistol sweeping. Corridors narrowed. Biolum vines pulsed on walls, casting green flickers. Raider trap scent wafted chemical markers. She froze, tapped Shire's leg, signed ambush ahead, footsteps scraped. Heavy, leader type, broader shoulders, trophy spikes on armor. Raiders burst from side vents. 6 strong. Axes spun up. Cover! Myra fired first, dropped the lead. Irel's spears answered, plasma crisscrossed. One guard spasmed, axe down. Myra vaulted a body, bayonet fixed, slashed a throat. Hot blood sprayed. Shire fired beside her, precise bursts. Raider howled, clutching gut. Press, Irel roared, speared another. Last 2 raiders flanked wide. One lunged at Shire. Myra intercepted, tackled, drove elbow into helm. Crack, raider bucked. She jammed pistol under chin. Fired, Shire stomped the last. Claws pierced neck. Not today. Breathers heaved. Guards patched the fallen brother. Irel clasped Myra's pauldron. Battle, brother, you turn chaos to kill zones. Myra spat blood. Teamwork, your spears pin 'em. Holoscreens flickered alive overhead. Orbital feeds, Empire cruisers hammered Raider dropships. Booms rattled chandeliers, Shire's comm buzzed. Loyalists regrouping, but core breach armory compromised. Myra mapped it mentally. Armory feeds throne vault, we block there. Squad moved, double time, halls widened to galleries. Raider corpses littered paths, Myra's work. Sniper pinged from balcony. Round grazed Irel's thigh scale. Myra snapped up, traced flash, single shot, sniper tumbled. Clear high ground, she ordered. Guards scaled pillars, Shire matched stride. Courts mocked your kind. Soft-shelled infantry, Myra smirked. We break shells. Armory doors loomed, breached wide. Raider Warkry echoed inside. Myra slung rifle. Grenade from belt, human issue, cluster frag, lobbed in. Blast shook frames, screams cut short. They stormed. Smoke cleared to slag and bodies. Crates vented plasma cells. Secure perimeter. Myra waved sectors. Guards complied. Iral dragged a moaning raider. Talk, raider spat. Drox's shadow falls. More come. Shire's eyes narrowed. How many? Swarm from docks. Kill the soft one. Raider glared at Myra. She knelt, pressed boot to wound. Where? He buckled. East vents. Leaders Vexor Axmaster. Iral executed clean. Vexor Drox's lieutenant bets on panic. Myra reloaded. Panic's ours to deny. Shire gripped her elbow steady. You deny for us all. Fleet booms intensified. Palace trembled. Loyalist chatter spiked. Reinforcements inbound. But vents hissed again. East side. Claws scraped. Myra signaled trap. Atrium redux. Lurum. Guards repositioned. Cross angles locked. She fired deliberate into vent mouth. Sparked a silhouette. Boots pounded. Vexor led massive. Quad axes whirling. 10 raiders trailed. Fire! Plasma and bullets converged. Vexor tanked bolts, charged Myra. She stood ground. Slug rifle barked full auto. Chips flew off his plate. He closed. Axe arced for decap. Myra ducked. Shoulder charge. Drove him into wall. Armor buckled. Vexor roared. Backswing clipped her leg. Pain seared. She staggered. Shire's sidearm barked cover. Up! Myra rose, emptied clip into joints. Vexor howled. Axes dropped. Guards speared the pack. Flank collapsed again. Vexor lunged one last time. Kill shot primed. Myra turned it, grabbed his arm, twisted, used momentum, slammed face first into fountain edge. Crack, still, he slumped. Atrium claimed another. Shire exhaled, holstered weapon. You make legends, Sergeant. Myra leaned on rifle, leg throbbed. List incomplete. Doc's next. Iral grinned fangs. With you, protocol evolves. Comms crackled. Empress Raider Lord breaches throne antechamber. Shire's spines flared. Core halls now. Myra pushed off wall. Squad formed. Human hunter led aliens to survival. Maze turned. Raider Lord waited. One shot from endgame. Plasma bolts scorched the antechamber air. Myra Vance rolled behind a toppled pillar. Slug rifle bucked in her grip. She squeezed the trigger. Rounds chewed into the Raider Lord's cover, a towering obsidian statue of some long-dead emperor. Warlord Drox Kyle snarled from behind it. His energy maul hummed, deflecting stray shots. Human flee, your empress bleeds out while you play pest. Myra ignored the taunt. She advanced, boots scraping marble. Rifle barked again, sustained bursts. Chips exploded from the statue's base. Drox ducked low. His maul swung wide, shattering a pedestal. Shards rained. She sidestepped, fired from the hip. One round grazed his shoulder plate. He hissed, backpedaled. The statue cracked under her pressure. A leg buckled. Drox cursed in guttural Sherath. Keep him pinned. Myra snapped over open comms. Her squad, Empress Shire, Captain Iral, and the surviving guards fanned out. Plasma lances hissed from their positions. Crossfire lit the chamber. Drox lunged. Maul arced toward Myra. She dove. Felt the heat singe her armor, came up firing, full auto into his knee joint. Ceramite sparked. He staggered. Statue toppled fully now, crashing down, forced him into the open. He retreated. Back toward the throne room archway. Myra pressed. Rifle empty. She slapped in a fresh mag, advanced. He's breaking. Guards poured fire. Drox's raiders, 5 left, tried to cover. One took a plasma lance to the chest, exploded in blue fire. Another charged Iral. Captain parried with his shock spear, drove it home. Footsteps thundered from the corridor. Captain Iral Keth burst back in. Reinforcements trailed, 24 palace guards, lances primed. Sergeant Vance, status. Myra didn't break stride. She signaled sharp, fist to chest, then point left flank. Flank him, vents clear, seal east. Iral nodded. No argument, no protocol lecture. He barked orders. Half his squad peeled left. Lances converged. Drox's raiders faltered. One screamed as spears impaled him mid-leap. Drox whirled. Maul cleaved a guard in half, but Myra's rounds hammered his arm. Joint popped. Weapon arm hung limp. He roared, bolted for the shadows. Alive if possible. Shire's voice cut through. Empress stood tall amid the chaos. Her sidearm tracked a fleeing raider, dropped him clean. Myra vaulted debris, closed the gap, fired bursts to herd Drox. He slammed a bulkhead control. Armored shutters groaned shut, trapped himself in the antechamber alcove. Guards sealed it. Lances pressed against the seams. Iral's reinforcements locked positions. Cross angles perfect. Myra leaned on her rifle, chest heaved. Leg wound from Vexor throbbed, but she ignored it. Scanned the room, bodies everywhere. Raider stink, ozone, and charred flesh hung thick. Shire holstered her pistol. Spines along her crest relaxed a fraction. Comms, Mara tapped her wrist unit. Jammed still. But PalaceNet's backbone is analog relay. Your engineers can punch through on my freak. She relayed the band. Simple human encryption, aliens always overlooked it. Empress nodded, stepped into the open chamber center. No cover, ballsy. All units, this is Shire Valoran. Restore PalaceNet on human auxiliary channel. Priority Alpha, static crackled, then voices flooded in. Loyalist chatter, reinforcements confirmed, docks secured, coup crumbling. Drox pounded the shutter from inside, muffled curses. Mara grinned, pinned rat. Irl approached. Fangs bared in what passed for a Shirath smile. Your signals, Sergeant, we followed, it worked. Team effort, Mara said, humble, true. Aliens' lances had alien precision, energy fields that disrupted shields. Her slugs punched through. Shire turned to her guards. Survivors knelt amid the wreckage. 24 left from 50. Blood-slick floors gleamed under emergency lights. Rise, Shire commanded. They obeyed, eyes wide on the human. The Empress faced Mara, locked gazes. Sergeant Vance, you stood between death and throne, stubborn. Precise human, Mara shrugged, rifle slung. Duty, ma'am, Shire's spines flared bright approval. No more advisor, you are my personal shield, first of the Veilguard. Human oath binds to Shirath crown. Gasps rippled through the guards. Irl stiffened, then saluted. Mara blinked, promotion, not thanks, action. Honored, Empress, but squad needs. Squad expands, Shire cut in. Humans join, alliances forge in fire, she raised her voice. Witness, Sergeant Mara Vance saves Empress, saves Empire, loyalty turns tide. Guards roared approval. Fists to chests, Irl joined. Veilguard for Shire. Comms lit up, net restored, fleet reports, raiders rooted, warlord Drox captured, awaiting chains, smoke cleared, bodies cooled. Mara stood amid aliens who once dismissed her kind. Now they looked with respect. Battle brothers. Shire clasped her forearm, Shireth grip, strong, unyielding. We regroup, counterstrike with you leading point. Mara nodded, list checked, survival secured, but Drox's laugh echoed from the alcove, shutter pried open by hidden claws. Fools, broadcast live, cameras. Throne feeds, Empire watched the coup, watched her stand, Shire's eyes hardened. Then they see strength. Mara raised rifle, one more beat. The chamber doors hissed, more boots, loyalists flooded in. Victory tasted like cordite. Irl clapped her shoulder. Protocol forgotten. You rewrite it, she smirked. Just getting started. Shire mounted the dais, addressed the hollows. People of Shirath, behold your shield. Promotion sealed, alliance born, human underestimated no more. Drox dragged out in binders, spat at Mara. Flea becomes fang. She met his glare. Bite hard. Empire endured, but whispers on comms, outer fleet stir. True war looms, Mara checked mags. Ready, one shot down, endless ahead. Shire's gaze found her. Silent command, lead. Human soldier stepped forward. Aliens followed, throne secure. Counterattack inbound. Legend made. Plasma bolts scorched the antechamber air as Mara Vance rolled behind a toppled pillar, her slug rifle already barking. Rounds hammered the obsidian statue sheltering warlord Drox Khal. He snarled, energy maul humming as it deflected chips. Human flee, Drox bellowed. Your Empress bleeds while you buzz, Mara advanced. Boots crunched marble. Sustained fire cracked the statue's base. Drox backpedaled, maul swung wide, shattering a pedestal. Shards peppered her armor. She sidestepped, hip fired. Slug grazed his shoulder. Ceramite sparked, he hissed. Pin him, Mara calmed. Squad fan, Shire Irl guards, plasma lances crisscrossed. Drox lunged. Maul arced hot. Mara dove, rose shooting. Knee joint popped. He staggered. Statue toppled, exposing him. Raiders covered. One vaporized by lance. Another skewered by Irl. Reinforcements thundered. Irl re-entered, squad in tow. Vance orders, fist to chest, point left. Flank, seal vents. Irl obeyed, no debate. Lances sealed, raiders dropped. Alive, Shire called, dropping a foe. Mara vaulted debris, herded Drox to alcove. He slammed shutters, trapped. Guards locked it down, Irl's angles perfect. Mara panted. Leg burned, scanned carnage. Raider reek choked air, Shire holstered. Comms plan, analog relay, your freak my band. Mara patched it. Shire strode center, exposed. Restore net on human channel, Alpha. Chatter returned, docks held, coup broke. Drox pounded inside, Mara grinned, Irl nodded. Your lead saved us. Team, Mara said, Shire faced guards. Rise, witness, Sergeant Vance is my personal shield. Veilguard first, human to Shire.